Okay, I want to tell you about a family that's very special to me. And this is Rosie's family. I don't know if you can see that. But this happened about 2 weeks ago today. And my success story was in California over Christmas break. I was praying for missionary experiences, and we were with some friends, and we went to an Indian restaurant, and we noticed a woman who had kind of started to warm up with us and talk with us, and little by little we figured out that she was going through a really hard time. And we asked her what her plans were for Christmas, and she said she'd never been able to find a church that accepted big families. And I was like, okay, this is her. This is the person that we need to share the gospel with. Told her about my family, how we have a big family, that we go to church every week. And as we started to talk more about Jesus Christ and his plan for us, she just started to cry. And I looked into her eyes, and I started to cry, and I said, Rosie, I know that God led us to you today so that you can have his gospel and that you can have the peace that comes by following Jesus Christ. And it turns out she had met a couple other Mormons early in the week, and she was like, wow, God's really telling me something. He's trying to get me to believe him and follow him. And she'd met with missionaries like years earlier, but she just she had dropped them, and it wasn't right for her at that time. But we started messaging her just like they teach us for the social media mission, and sharing our testimony through personalized messages. And we got in contact with missionaries and her bishop in the area. And that picture that you just saw was 4 of her kids' baptism, which was 2 weeks ago. And she has a baptismal date for later in this month. But it was just so cool for me to see that when we pray for missionary opportunities and we're actively engaged in helping testify of Christ and bringing people unto him, the Lord will give us miracles. And I know that we can all do it through Christ, and you can have wonderful experiences like this. And I say that in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.